Welcome to Quick World News. Here are top global headlines. On Tuesday, 21st, 2026, tensions in the Middle East escalated as Iran accuses the United States of violating a ceasefire agreement and seizing a cargo ship. In response, Iran has fully reclosed the Strait of Hormuz, intensifying concerns over oil supply disruptions and energy prices. The global economy faces challenges as the IMF and World Bank warn of slow growth due to geopolitical instability.
In Europe, the 2026 World Snooker Championship continues to capture attention as some of the world's top players compete for the prestigious title. The ongoing event serves as a major highlight for global sports fans. Meanwhile, in Asia, there are growing concerns over inflation and economic slowdowns, with many countries facing supply chain disruptions and a rising cost of living. Governments in some regions are working on policies to counteract the economic strain.
In North America, financial markets continue to react to the ongoing geopolitical crisis and rising energy prices. Analysts are concerned about potential inflationary pressures and slowed economic growth, despite some stock market recovery. In South America, Brazil and neighboring countries continue to battle extreme weather, with significant flooding displacing communities and causing major economic disruptions.
In Africa, Nigeria charges 6 over a 2025 coup plot. South Africa's police boss faces charges in a health contract scandal. Malawi struggles with a severe fuel crisis. Over 200 hostages were freed in DR Congo. Uganda's exports rose 66%, driven by gold and coffee. Pope Leo visited Angola. Sudan's RSF commander defected to the army. Burkina Faso junta cracked down on 118 rights groups. In April 2026, Uganda DR Congo raided an IS-linked ADF camp, freeing 200 hostages.
On Thursday, 23rd of April 2026, Iran defenses engaged in Tehran amid reports of hostile targets, raising regional tensions. Trump orders U.S. Navy to confront Iranian boats laying mines in the Strait of Hormuz. Israeli fire kills 5 in Gaza and the West Bank, drawing international condemnation as violence escalates across the region.
EU approves €90 billion loan for Ukraine and imposes a 20th sanctions package against Russia. Warner Bros. Shareholders approve Paramount's $111 billion takeover, forming a major global media entity. U.S. Navy chief resigns amid tensions linked to Iran. Pope Leo ends Africa visit after a large open-air mass in Equatorial Guinea.
2 trains collide in Denmark, leaving 5 people in critical condition. A Rohingya refugee boat capsizes in the Andaman Sea, with over 250 people missing. South Africa's police chief is suspended over a $20 million health contract scandal. Miss Beast's company faces a lawsuit from a former employee over harassment claims.
In Nigeria, Adelabu resigns as Nigeria's power minister. Supreme Court reserves judgment in the PDP and ADC leadership crisis. In Borno State, 359 teachers are inducted following the rescue of kidnapped victims, marking a significant step toward restoring education and stability in affected communities. Turning to the Middle East and global tensions, on the 24th of April 2026, U.S. envoys Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff travel to Pakistan for urgent Iran negotiations as Gulf ship seizures continue. Iran's foreign minister visits Islamabad, Muscat, and Moscow for talks, accusing the U.S. of violating a ceasefire. NATO allies face renewed friction with the Trump administration over actions in the Strait of Hormuz, raising concerns about wider instability. In Nigeria, political and security tensions remain in focus. The Supreme Court reserves judgment in the PDP and ADC leadership crisis, a decision expected to shape party structures. Security challenges persist in parts of the country, with ongoing efforts by authorities to combat insurgency and restore stability in affected regions.
Global tensions in Middle East. As of April 25, 2026, global tensions remain high. In the Middle East, a 3rd U.S. aircraft carrier has arrived, signaling rising military pressure. Donald Trump says Iran is making an offer, while reports suggest the conflict may be expanding toward the Indo-Pacific. Meanwhile, Iran's new supreme leader has stayed out of public view, a move analysts believe is part of a survival strategy amid internal divisions.
Europe and global power relations. In Europe, NATO allies are pushing back against reported U.S. threats to suspend Spain over its stance on the Iran conflict, exposing growing cracks in the alliance. The UK government has also reaffirmed that sovereignty over the Falkland Islands remains firmly under British control, responding to reports of a possible US policy review.
Africa, Nigeria, and innovation. In Africa, former Super Eagles striker Michael Enaramo has died at 40 after collapsing on the pitch, drawing tributes across Nigeria. Sanusi Sanusi has also questioned the federal government's continued borrowing despite subsidy removal. In innovation, AI-powered smart glasses are helping visually impaired runners compete in the London Marathon, marking a breakthrough in assistive technology. These are the quick world news for this week. Stay with us.